Hello there and welcome to a new video with my Volvo here with the Lamborghini engine I'm installing in the car. No, the car is not running, I'm still working on the car, and in this video you're gonna see some progress of getting this car a little bit closer back to the roads again. Like in this video when I had a 2J engine in it. One problem is that the starter motor is installed here on the side of the gearbox and on the aft side of the flywheel. Here is the starter motor, and it's actually not on the side of the gearbox, it's on the side of the differential. We have the differential here on this side and the gearbox is aft of this one. I was planning to put the starter motor on the side here of my BMW gearbox. So I had this flange made that I was planning to put here on the side, but I found out that this is too wide. The internals inside here is too wide to fit the original starter motor. I thought I could fit it here because the slave cylinder was here on the side, but no, it will not fit here. These engines have an hole here, and through here goes the axle to the front wheel drive. And my car is not going to be front wheel drive, it's going to be rear wheel drive. Maybe I can fit the starter motor in there. I plan to use this starter motor. This is for like a Chevy engine, and the good thing about this one I think also is that the motor is here on the side and the solenoid is here, so it's not as thick as this original starter. If I can put the starter motor here, as you can see there's a lot of aluminum here that I need to cut away. These brackets I don't know what they're for, something maybe in the factory when they build this and line it up. I need to remove this oil pan, some things, but also in the engine block here. This doesn't really fit, interferes with this. I don't know why these tabs is here. Nothing is connected to it. Maybe it's something they use when they machine it to clamp it down or something, but yeah, we'll cut it off now and cut off some pieces here and see if it will be possible to put the starter motor here instead. What do you think, guys? Will it work? Modified this bracket and 3.5mm. I still need to remove a little bit of material of this bracket here, and I don't have a lathe anymore. And now I have removed a lot of material here from this engine block and from this back plate here where the axle to the front wheel drive goes. Now I can almost fit this one. I will put bolts through here that hold the starter and through this side as well. So I think it will fit pretty good there actually. And maybe you can see here I have a new flywheel here. It's a special one-off. It has the ring gear here for the starter motor. It's for like a Chevy. It's a little bit bigger than stock. So you can see it goes through the flange here, so I have to modify the gearbox a little bit, but it clears most of the bolts here between the engine and gearbox. It has this trigger pattern, same as original Gallardo, so I can use the same like package if I'm gonna use the Motic M1 that I think I will do. So that's very good. Trigger pattern is the same. It needs to be this one to be working completely. So yeah, I found TTV Racing in England, made in England. They reached out to me when I was had a problem with the clutch in my Gallardo, and but then I already went for the Sachs clutch for this one. But I was thinking about them. I have seen them. They're making really serious stuff for racing and many different cars. And yeah, they made this custom flywheel with the Lamborghini bolt pattern, Lamborghini trigger, like a Chevy. The tooth for this one is the correct one for the Chevy starter, and custom size 290mm for me. And the clutch pressure plate, it's aluminum one, kind of racing. You can see it's a 2-plate, very nice one. And for this car, for the natural aspirated, it will do with these organic clutches. I think it will hold the torque, and then it will be very nice drivable clutch. So very nice pieces here. TTV Racing, so check them out if you want any custom pieces, custom parts. I'm very happy about these parts, looking good. And the splines here, by the way, it's the third thing. They fit very good on this BMW gearbox. It's the BMW GS45BC maybe. No springs, but it will be all fine. It's a big axle on this gearbox. Need to get one throughout bearing there. Maybe I can use the stock one, or if I will put some custom in there. So I'm ditching this one, the very lightweight, and the racing clutch, the GT2 Rater Engineering clutch there, but this one, TTV, will be much better, I think. Tested the pressure plate on here. Yeah, looking all good here. Also for the pressure plate here, the contact surfaces is like steel, buttons is inside there, the aluminum. Similar to like the tilt-on clutch that I used before in the Volvo and in my old Supra. The clutch, sax clutch I'm using in the Lamborghini now do not have any of these buttons. So the pressure plate here, intermediate plates, they were directly to the aluminum. But when I had it apart now, it was all fine. So it's two different ways to do this multi-disc clutches. One problem with this little bigger flywheel here is that the old one is big as this trigger and this one is 290 millimeters. So the gearbox I made the flange here for is a little bit too small, I think. Yeah, it will not fit, especially here on the side and here in the bottom. So need to cut it out, and hopefully it will fit without removing too much here. Project cars tend to be really dusty in the garage, and sometimes they deserve to be cleaned off the dust, and it's looking a little bit nicer. The car, a little bit fun, more fun to work with the car. I am replacing the beam here for the gearbox, and the original one, it has been used for several different gearboxes. We have different mounts here, a lot of welding and cutting, and also these rubber bushings, they're not good anymore. Very old one. I think this might be the original one from 1975, and the one I'm gonna install here is from MKM Motorsport here in Sweden. They build a lot of nice parts for like Volvos, 240s, 740s, 940s, stuff like that. Suspension parts, front steering kits like for drifting and racing, and yeah, looking very good, this one. Nice finish, and the good thing about this one is that it is adjustable to get a good position there for the gearbox. This is actually made for the M90 gearbox with the mounts like this one, but it will fit good, I think. I can use it and then make a mount here on the rear of the BMW gearbox here. I also bought a clutch pedal they make for hydraulic clutch. I actually have one modified in here already. I think I'm gonna use that one, or if I will replace it for this one. But I definitely need a new hydraulic clutch pedal for this Volvo when I'm gonna put M90 gearbox in this one, convert it from mechanical to hydraulic. Also MKM, they have very nice steering kits, drifting kits for the Volvo 245er, but would be nice to have it on the Volvo because the lock is not that much on this car, but still I want to have it stock looking also, so it should not look like a drift car. We'll see. Start with this one that I used before. It's possible to drift with this one, but not the best one. Also, this is just the temporary rims here. will be the steel rims, black ones, back again. Taking some measurements here because I'm gonna do an adapter. It's my plan here. 1843, an adapter for this gear here to the dry sump pump in front of the pulley, the crank damper on here. And then I can do this adapter when I am in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi city over there, and in here I'm printing actually piece here for the Volvoghini. Coming along there with some support material. So here's the adapter. And this is just the prototype, this is nothing I will use, but I will see if it will fit or not. Okay, I have now made the adapter here for the crank pulley to the gear for the dry sump in Fusion 360. And I also did a 3D print of it. So the thing is gonna center here on this axle. And what I'm thinking is that the 8 bolts that hold the crank pulley damper is gonna drive this gear. It holds for this one so it can spin. And I hope the distances are correct. Gear will go on here, it's gonna be a washer, gear and washer, and the bolt going through here to the crankshaft. So if I ship this home to Sweden, so it's possible to see if this one will fit or not and then fabricate it, or if someone in Sweden print this same thing from a file and test there. So yeah, it's small progress even though I'm not in Sweden. And I will try to do as much as I can even though I'm not in home, and maybe I can get help from some guys to work on the car. So I hope it can progress even though I'm not home. One more thing I can do here remotely in Abu Dhabi on the Volvoghini is the wiring. Here are the wiring harnesses. I brought them from Sweden. It's a left hand and then a right hand engine harness. You can see here these are for the igniter coils. We have here the fuel injectors and some sensors. It's not all the wiring on this one actually. The original Gallardo engine harness have some additional to the throttle bodies and to some more sensors. So I will here in Abu Dhabi make the wiring, prepare it as much as I can. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do really. The dream would be to make a fully race spec engine harness with, you know, the mil-spec connectors, Raychem DR25, all the TEF-cell wiring. But also that's pretty expensive and time consuming, and I don't have the tools really here to do that. I have it all home in Sweden, so it's a little bit logistics to get everything here. So maybe to save some time and some money, I will just modify these ones to fit into the car. And this is from my GT2 race engine, that the first engine I bought there, so that's why it has this heat insulation here. We'll remove this one. So hopefully I can prepare and spend some hours here to make the wiring for the car. Then, because I really like this race spec wiring, even if I do this with more standard now, I want to make a really race engine harness in the future for this car when it's running and all the other problems are solved. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.